Thank you so much for the comment. So on panel mode, there's a few ways you can cast off. So here's me making my panel. And what I think your comment is saying is when you remove the yarn after you're done making your panel, you crank one time around in here. And then if we crank back again, the panel just falls off of the machine. And these are all live stitches, so they will unravel. If that's the case, here's what you can do. So there's two ways you can cast off the machine. Here's the first way, which is called, I like to call it the standard cast off. I'm going to make my panel, and then once done, I remove the working yarn from the machine, and I have a long tail about the circumference of my machine here. And I put on a large eye darning needle, and now as I go to crank it again, we're going to do it very slowly. And then when I start to come back and crank it, you'll see the needle go down. This is where I'm going to pick up that loop off of the machine. And so we're going to do this on every needle all the way around until it's off of the machine. So what this is doing is catching those live stitches, that loop that's on the machine, that's live. But now that we've picked it up with our needle and yarn, it's locked in. So once it comes off the machine, it cannot drop and it can't unravel your project. So this is what I like to call the standard cast off. And this can be done on tube mode and panel mode, and it's just catching those stitches. So here's a little bit sped up version of me doing every stitch as I go around, and then you can make something like a beanie hat. That's what this project was. Picking up the stitches that way makes it really easy to cinch. It makes like a drawstring effect, and you can cinch it closed and now make a beanie hat off of the machine. I did a small panel, so I was making an infant size beanie hat. I have the full tutorial for this project linked in the video description below, so you can make this exact beanie hat for an infant on a 48 needle circular knitting machine. And here's how the project looks at the end. Now, there's a second way you can also do a cast off. It's called the waste yarn cast off. Let's look at how we do that one. So the second way is how I usually cast off my machine when I'm doing panel mode, and it's called the waste yarn cast off. And this is what I like to do when making wearables. So what it is after we're done cranking our project yarn, I have all my rows done. I'm going to take any extra yarn of my project yarn and I'm going to put it in the mill machine. Now we have what's called waste yarn or scrap yarn, and it's yarn that we're going to add on to the machine. It's in a similar weight of your project yarn, but it's in a different contrasting color. And this is so you're able to see the difference between your project yarn stitches and this waste yarn project or this waste yarn stitches, because it's not going to be a part of your project at the end. This is just a way to catch those live stitches so we can remove the project from the machine. So you add on the waste yarn just like you would do if you're adding on a second yarn skein. Say you ran out of yarn and you need more. You add it on, and I like to do between 10, maybe 12 rows. I do a lot more rows of the waste yarn cast off because they're not going to be locked into place. They will be live at the end of these stitches. So the extra rows are just some added security. You can also do a waste yarn cast on, and I'll have a full tutorial on how to do that linked in the video description. You can do it on panel mode and tube mode. And what this is going to do, a few things. For the cast on, it's going to help make your tension even when you get to your project rows, and then it also helps with curl at the beginning and ending of your project. So now I have my 10, 12 rows done. Now I'm going to put the yarn in the middle of the machine, and I'm going to crank around one time. And then I'm going to crank back, and then the project's going to fall off the machine. Now these are live stitches on this side, but that's okay because our project yarn stitches are secure, and now we can secure them. So here's what it's going to look like when it's off of the machine. We have our waste yarn here. Here's my waste yarn. And then I have my project yarn. And then I marked my stitches for counting. This is really good for when you're making garments. Then I have my waste yarn at the end. So now what you can do is you have to pick up those live stitches of your project yarn so you can secure them, and then we remove the waste yarn. So this is how you can graft two pieces together at the end or beginning. We have our sides here that are secured, so you can use those to match your stitch panels together. But you have to do something at the top and bottom. So if you know how to hand knit, you can hand knit and edging. I hand crochet. So what I did for this project, this was just a tea towel I made. I'll have the full project linked in the video description below, is how to just crochet and pick up the stitches of the project yarn only. And then that's how we're going to secure them. And then we remove the waste yarn and then your project is done. You could also slip stitch just the project stitches together to finish off that edge as well. So this way I really like, because it makes it really easy to find what those stitches are. Since that waste yarn is what curls, it makes it super simple to do this part of the project. And then we remove the waste yarn at the end, and then you're just left with a nice edge. So I hope this helps with some ways on how to cast off, and hopefully this answered your question. If this didn't answer your question, let me know in the comments and I can try to help you out more. I love to help troubleshoot. I'm not associated with Sentro at all. I make my videos just based off of years of my experiences of trial and error and using my machine, but I hope they can help you. I have a whole bunch of projects too linked in my bio in my collections on beginner projects, panel mode, and tube mode. I have my sweater video pinned at the top of my page as well on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube watching this, I have it in my collections under sweaters. So thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting, everybody.